Did it work? Yay, my buttons work now. And I don't have to reformat an entirely new scene to start an episode.
If you want, you and I can share a camera.
Ew. All right. Well, welcome back, everybody. Just gotta fix my chair. All right. So, yet another episode of the Paragon. Welcome back. So before we get into it tonight, just have a few things to go over. First things first, the Patreon benefits are now live, so you can get special privileges like behind the scenes stuff, bloopers. Andrew and I are going to start working on some random skits, just experimenting things out and just kind of messing around, see the fun stuff. So you'll get exclusive behind the scenes stuff for that, as well as some Discord privileges on our now functional Discord server. That some of the privileges are to different levels of voice chats, in which you could either play with me, Andrew, or if any of the other cast members want to hop in there at their leisure. But yeah, so you have a chance to play some random games with us occasionally. And also, eventually, there will be patron exclusive merch in our merch store, which those links will be down in the description once this is all up and we get it figured out on the multiple different streaming to multiple platforms at once. We're still kind of working on that because we're actually live on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter at the moment. So yay!
Wow.
Slowly moving up in the world.
Let's go.
Yeah, I say we're moving horizontally. I wouldn't say that's up.
Kind of branching this way.
But yeah, and then the other thing too is Andrew and I have also been streaming a bit more frequently recently. You can find Andrew on Twitch at Special Sauce, that's special_sauce, or me at g.va, g_dot_va. Andrew does basically whatever he gets his hands on. I usually fancy myself streaming more kind of challenge runs kind of a deal. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I have. Andrew, do you want to take over for any other announcements or things like that?
Yes. So we had some with our laser engraver. We have a really nice laser engraver. However, they did send it with apparently a faulty one of the motherboards was broken on it. And so that's why it stopped working a couple weeks ago. But they were nice enough to send us a new part. We dismantled the whole thing, got it up and running. So we are good to resume orders and start using that again. As you can see the black slate coaster that Jeremy is showcasing right there of lovely little Vivi.
Which I actually still have the slideshow for all those coasters.
Yeah, can you pull that up for us?
It is running right now.
Heck yeah!
Use your eyeballs, Andrew.
Well, you're not sharing your screen.
Oh, that's right.
Your screen, sir.
Use your eyeballs, Andrew. Come on.
Use your eyeballs for the thing. I am
see
not
through the nether
you.
webs all the way to Gavin's screen.
All I see is Gavin Thompson.
Is Netherwebs like another alternate universe Spider-Man? Because that sounds like it should be.
Just be better, Andrew. Just be better.
Be better as a person.
How about you get good?
I am Netherweb. Okay, I could do what I want. So we are offering all of those. They are super awesome. I did a lot of testing to kind of figure out, depth and clarity, and also make it just feel nice and everything. And then if you get the whole package all together, you get a bonus little princess slate as a thank you as well. And then also we'll be adding, now that that's up and running, we can start doing some more testing for some other fun, like laser engraved shirts and other fun Patreon ideas and gifts and things like that. So definitely keep an eye on it. Just go to D-Fourtress.com, and then you can see all the merch and everything on there. And I'll be posting the all the new items and everything on there. And then I'll send links on Twitter and probably on the YouTube as well. But so that's everything for our website, our merch store. And then just another shout out to We Geek Together. Super awesome little gaming hub in Provo Town Center Mall. Really cool. It's actually, you go in and you feel like you're kind of stepping back in time a little bit. They do a very good job at thematically dressing up their store. And it's actually pretty big when you go around. It's they got a lot of different events and things that they got going on, from like D&D date night to free paint night where you get to go paint some miniatures. They have Yu-Gi-Oh battles. You got Warhammer stuff that pops up. You got Magic the Gathering, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So just check them out at wegeektogether.org. And if you are in Utah, go check them out at the Southtown Mall in Provo, and then tell them that we sent you there. But yeah, that is everything I have for announcements.
And also, once this video goes live up on YouTube, I'll be putting a link in the description to We Geek Together's YouTube channel, so you can head on over there, show them some love, and tell them we said hi as well. So, yeah. Anybody have anything else they'd like to add?
Nope.
All right. Well, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So, let's go and roll the intro. So, last time we left off, the Paragon had made their way back through the Saltlands with their new willing prisoners in tow. On the way back, they had a few discussions with one another. Dante revealing a little bit more about himself, Vivi and Amelia having a heart-to-heart, and Cosmo and Artavan kind of just hanging out. But in the middle of the night, something fell from the sky, making a crater a little less than half a mile away, turning the salt to glass. As the party went to investigate, they found a crashed meteorite, which after studying it for a bit, Cosmo split in half, revealing the core of this purple stone that seems to just ever so slightly float off the ground when there's no weight on it. With some shenanigans with the identify spell, learn that the source, it is a kind of a source of power for graviturgy magic. However, can do no more but float in its current state. But through the power of the identify spell, they learned that they could probably use it to make a piece of equipment somewhere down the line. Following that, they took the train and rode it down south to Clifftown, which is about halfway down the country, following along the gleaming coast and taking a hard right at the cliff, which stands under the saltlands. So the large slate cliff with salt pouring over the edge, pouring down into the valley with scaffolding and buildings bolted onto and carved into the cliff face itself, as well as down below it. The town is very working class town, kind of rough and tumble, a lot of industry going on, very busy, pretty crowded, but a lot of people seem really hard at work. You were able to make it to the sheriff's office to drop off the bounty, and informed the sheriff to reach out to Cromwell to put in a little bit of a good word for the prisoners you just dropped off. And they came willingly under the condition proposed by their de facto leader, Yeza, the Harangon fighter, that they will go willingly and quietly as long as the Paragon promises to see to it that her little sister is protected. She, of course, being in the custody of a certain tax collector who Artavan seems all too familiar with. During the relief of their charge, though, Amelia had been keeping track of the adventure so far and writing letters to send her to her dad and her papa, kind of chronicling what has been going on so far. And Artaban had also requisitioned Amelia to write a letter as well, which she went to go and send them all at once at the post office. Being escorted there by the majority of the party, except for Cosmo and Vivi. Vivi off doing his normal cup game shenanigans. A very confused courier approached Dante and handed him a letter. And he was confused, as to deliver the letter he had to walk maybe 30 feet. The letter addressing Dante directly, saying, "Did you really think you could get out of training? South side of town, midnight. Be there. Bring all your equipment." And that is where we left off. So it is about early afternoon here in Clifftown. The air is dry. It's a decently warm day. What would you like to do, Paragon?
Weren't we temporarily split up?
Yes, Cosmo and Vivi are doing old times, running a cup game, and Cosmo probably making sure he's not being too shifty.
Well, maybe this time she's being a little bit lax.
I'm incensed, Cosmo. I'm never shifty.
Speaking of which, roll a sleight of hand check for me, just like overall, just to see like how good you are at getting people to.
That's gonna be with a self-guidance of 17.
17,
nice.
Not bad. I would say here you're not, there's not really a lot of wealthy people, but you managed to amass about 8 silver in a pretty short amount of time that you can go ahead and add. Just doing your normal thing of prestidigitating a little trinket and then it disappears after 6 seconds.
Oh yeah.
It's actually kind of fun seeing their faces after a while.
Is anyone there to see this cup game? Who's with me?
That's
Cosmo.
me.
Just Cosmo.
Cosmo, something that
Hey,
you noticed.
Cosmo.
Cosmo, the thing that you noticed that's different about this one as opposed to the last one is that you see, instead of the normal cups that he goes to pull out, you see Princess hand Vivi 3 of like the little red plastic cups.
Red Solo cup.
These are the red Solo cups that Princess stole from the sleeping college students.
Oh my gosh.
So now Vivi is using the red Solo cups in the game.
And they are
That's
loud
great.
too as they crinkle under the grip.
Wait, wouldn't they be just like really big in your tiny little paws?
Yeah.
Like,
Big
so
red Solo
cute.
cups. Yep. Because those exist in this world, of course.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I'm pretty sure those are
In
like
the one
a
college town on the planet.
Those things are like a multiversal constant everywhere.
Yep. Like plastic's not even manufactured in this world; it just shows up through portals as college kids get isekai.
Where there are
into
universities.
You can't have a complete world without red Solo cups.
Right. Just kidding. Actually, just random world building fact: if you are in fact curious, in the country of Aloeth to the northwest, there actually is some plastic manufacturing. Using the tar, they have some tar pits up there.
Wayne probably knows this.
Yes, he does.
Right.
Wayne just is in the post office, and then my spidey senses are tingling. There's a fun fact. I could do
Plastic.
an Auroran Expounded video and just do welcome to Auroran Expounded, and then just record over a how it's made video.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
That would be awesome.
Any luck in this the cup game? For expediency, do you want me to do a couple of rolls?
I would yeah. So in like the first little bit, you managed to get 8 silver, but let me go ahead and my dice tray is up here. That's not my dice. Where's my dice bag?
Missing.
Yes, it is. It's probably out with the D&D stuff from our home game last night. I'll do a roll on D&D Beyond. Let me just pull it up real quick. I'm just gonna roll a quick dice just to determine. I guess for lack of a better explanation, I guess I'm gonna roll a random encounter, so to speak.
Ooh.
So yeah, let me just pull up
The
a random.
purple worm.
Tempting fate here.
Oh, no more purple worms, please.
All right. So I'm just gonna roll a D100. All right. Jeremy, do you want high or low to be good or bad?
I mean, high is good.
Okay.
Oh.
That is a 58.
Yeah.
It's higher.
Oh.
So with that, you just attract the just like the random city goers, people on their lunch breaks from work, things like that. And let me go like this. I really like the vibe of this one, but it honestly is a little bit too like dark, I guess, for the ambience that we're going for. So we'll just go like this.
I would also say
go.
that while playing the cup game consistently over time, Vivi has started a new strategy, is that every now and then somebody does win. So that it looks legit. You know,
looks
like
real.
they do in Las Vegas. Every
Yeah,
now
right.
and then it's like a
Somebody's
winner.
got to win, otherwise
Yeah.
people start asking questions.
Somebody's got to win something, yeah. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna give back
All
2
right.
of the silver to say
Yeah.
that those were winners.
Yeah, yeah.
Cosmo's definitely gonna notice and be like, "You've really improved since."
Well, it's a game of
Yeah.
chance, Cosmo. They picked the right cup.
I understand that, but you didn't used to give any back.
Not giving it back. That's what they want. That's what they want.
Good. I must admit I have been a little too hard on you. I didn't realize how much of a normal thing what you do is for you. Since I didn't grow up that way, I didn't need that to survive. I didn't really understand, and I apologize for that.
Really, it's about the entertainment value. If people come in, they're entertained, and they've paid a little price for it, well, then it's all worth it, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's just the price of entertainment, baby. That's show business.
See, I'd like to think just for like a little wholesome moment. I'd like to think just as you're kind of going, you're playing the game a little bit too as you're doing it, and there's like some kid somewhere that's walking by with his parents. He's like, "How did he do that?" Kind of a thing, just like awe and wonder as he looks over.
That's awesome.
Adorable.
For that kid, if that's something that Vivi would have noticed, I would say Vivi uses minor illusion. You know how at fairgrounds and carnivals and stuff, kids will get like face paint.
Yep.
So Vivi does like a little minor illusion face paint so that the kid has Cosmos's
Phoenix.
Her
a
Phoenix.
tattoo. It's a minor illusion. He assures the parents, don't worry, it'll go away by the time he goes to bed. Don't worry. But then the kid walks away with like this freaking like Cosmo tattoo on his
that's so cute. And she's just like,
That's great.
oh, that's really sweet. I didn't know you could do that.
Oh, I didn't either. It's the first time I've ever tried it.
See, you surprise me every day. You get so powerful.
Thanks, Cosmo. It's a pleasure and an honor traveling with you. It always has been. I've learned a lot too, you know. Learned a lot about taking care of others, using my power for good, like you do.
And I've learned that a lot of people think I don't know. Never mind. It's fine. I've enjoyed the time with you too.
All right, next up.
All right. So as you're going, you're playing through, drawing a bit of a crowd, giving people a little bit of reprieve from their hard day's work. In the post office, what is going on with the other four of you?
Wayne is gonna be like, "Who's it from, Dante? Who's it from? Is it from that dwarf lady from the train that you liked?"
Well, okay, let him read it.
Wait, not this time. You know, maybe next time. But no, this is from the person that's teaching me in the Skydancer Temple. She wants to meet with me tonight.
Oh, the lady that met you in the night the other time.
Yes, yes, that one.
The Lady of the Night.
The Lady of the Night. Yes.
Yeah, I thought she was a
Another
dream, but
class.
Dante said that she wasn't my dream. So
That sounds quite romantic, actually.
A little bit, yeah.
Amelia, you have to see this woman. She is quite powerful. She's intimidating. Not that type. Don't worry. She.
She almost, or she did
not
one shot
okay.
you if you didn't have relentless
I'm not
endurance.
gonna say what Amelia's thoughts were for a second there.
I welcome them. Just her thoughts. Can Dante?
I would love to meet her
Yeah.
if you want us to come, I guess.
can we, Dante? I want to watch. I want to learn.
I guess we can try. I mean, I think it's Dante. Is he? I mean, Gavin. As I'm reading this, like, is it just like say just for me, or does it say, hey, open invitation?
It just says show up.
Okay. Well, guys, you can't show up and see, my butt get handed to me, but we'll see.
We'll be
Like
there.
that can happen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll be there.
Okay, sweet. Moral support. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
May I take notes while you do it?
Only if I win, okay? Only if...
So scribbling the notes, he loses, scratches them out.
Yeah, scratches it out.
I'm on the ground. Don't write that down.
10 gold she loses as he's like subtly making a bet.
But yes, Wayne, as you know, I need to, practice more. I've been out of practice for a little bit, so this just makes sense. But that's nice of her to reach out like this. I'm surprised she knew where we were.
Yeah,
She's from-
how did she know we were here?
We'll have to ask her. I have no idea. I didn't tell her. that
Although,
we were
how
leaving.
did she know we were at the other place either?
Is she here now?
Perception check.
Always following us.
Is she usually by herself, or are there others with her?
Usually she's by herself. So when I went to the temple, there was others, but she has just found me usually.
Does she have a
Perception.
name, or do you not know?
Gavin, I forgot her name. What's her name?
Selena.
Selena.
Does a 6 in perception give me a whole bunch of information?
You're definitely inside a post office.
You're like 90% sure.
And I always fall back on this, but it's because I'm a
working
wizard
theory.
and I'm learned and I'm studied. Do I know anything about Selena of the Sky Dancers?
Not about Selena herself. The
Okay.
name doesn't ring a bell, but you definitely know of the Sky Dancers. They're, a very prominent group of martial artists that,
Okay.
they've been around a really long time, and, sometimes they'll they're just kind of renowned warriors, kind of in the same way that you know of the monastery of the Open Hand down in Ashwindell. It's like you don't know a lot of the fine details about probably what goes on inside and stuff, but it's you know that they're there and they're great at what they do.
Okay. Thanks.
Yep.
I'm already writing this down.
So there were some food stalls. Do you want to go check those out?
I'm always hungry, okay?
We should. Let's go try them out.
Do you think they have a meatball tornado place here?
Is it a franchise? I didn't know.
Gavin?
Aw.
It's a
Meatball Tornado would be a collaboration.
Yeah, Meatball Mansion and Taco Tornado are mom and pop food stalls.
I guess not.
Dang it.
Yeah, let's see what kind of places we can find.
Yeah, let's
I am
let's
getting
look
kind of
around.
hungry.
All right. So, as as day progresses, I could say you could all probably mark off. This is a pretty affordable place, so probably about 2 copper each for food.
Are there a lot of poor, like beggars and poor people here?
Surprisingly, no. It seems pretty much everybody is hard at work. Either hard at work or on break. There's not really beggars. There seems to be at least somewhat of a system of here, a little bit of a culture of we can find something for you to do.
Okay. Good.
There's just a lot of people sweeping up salt that's falling over the cliff.
You do notice if you do approach the base of the cliff, there are some people that'll occasionally go and just get like a pot or something and fill it full of salt to take it home to refine it and clean it later.
Well, gives a new meaning to salt taffy.
But as you're going, you do find the whereabouts of the only tavern and inn, or not the only tavern, because there's quite a few bars around this town, but the only inn within this town is actually up about halfway up the cliff face. Halfway up the cliff face, and it's called the Wall Clutch Inn.
That's pretty
Aptly
clutch.
named.
I wonder where they got the name from.
I wonder.
Dude, we could have such a great view, though.
Hey, does anyone want to go to the top with me? I want to see how far out we can see past the city.
But were we gonna meet with Vivi and Cosmo later? I'm sure they would also love to see that.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, where did they go?
They went the other direction.
Were they just
we got off the train.
I thought they were with us the whole time.
Oh, Wayne. You precious sir.
Use your eyes, Wayne.
Phoebe walks up.
Sorry, I'm not
And there's
there.
Netherweb.
We fade into existence.
Just, yeah, let's find them real quick and perhaps get a room and then go to the top.
Cosmo has joined the game.
Fight!
Slayer.
Just a heads up, my stomach isn't feeling so great, so I might pop in and out of dealing with that and everything. So I'll just be a minute, but I'm just following along.
Too much salt.
Yeah, it's way too much. And chocolate.
Careful,
Salted chocolate's
children.
not great.
Careful, children. That's a lot of sodium.
All right. You do get the sense that there is the food here. When you do go out to eat, the food here is pretty heavily seasoned. Not just with salt, thankfully, but very high sodium foods here.
I'll press
what
digitate
kind
that
of
away.
food?
Some of it away.
What kind of food are we finding?
Just kind of consistent across all of Alabasta. Most of what you're finding is actually going to be meat rather than produce.
Good with that.
So yeah, majority of what you get is the meat.
Desert meat. Yum.
The cured meat has got to be like top notch.
Oh, we should
I
get
feel
tons
like-
of jerky here. This is gonna
Right, I
be
feel
the
like
place.
I'm imagining Wayne with a mage hand and just like a hunk of meat and just kind of like rip it off a little bit.
Just given the fact that just due to how resilient some of the wildlife is here on in Alabasta, it's a lot of the meat is pretty tough.
So jerky.
Right.
I'm so dumb.
Only here can you get pre-cured meat.
I was literally going just in case I needed it for like the country map. I'm pulling up Foundry and it wasn't popping up because in my search bar in my Windows I was searching Auroran. I'm like, where is it?
Where's a warden?
Do we have a founder map up or no?
Nah.
We
won't. I'll just do it to show the audience, but you guys won't need a link this time.
Perfect.
Can I go? I wanna be one of the people that plays Vivi's game. Like, what? Can we just like find them?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually not too hard to do that because they didn't wander off too far, and you do notice a little bit of a crowd. You would be naturally drawn towards it.
I'm
Just
also
listen to
bright
the
yellow.
sirens.
I'm also
Yeah, you're
bright
probably
yellow.
really easy.
Yeah.
I just see like
usually just
a
spot.
little tiny crowd of people.
Is most of the city people just like humans, or is there like a lot of like what are the general races and everything of the town?
Humans, just anywhere you go, humans are pretty much going to be the most common races, with few exceptions. However, just kind of with how the world has worked, in like the last 200 years or so, there hasn't really been too many large-scale conflicts, which has allowed a lot of cultures and stuff to meld together. So regardless what city you're in, there's actually a pretty decent amount of different races that make up a population. But the majority you're going to be seeing, with very few exceptions, is going to be human, just because they're the most widespread race across. But you are seeing things, there's dwarves, gnomes, halflings, about few elves here and there.
Half elves.
Yeah, few elves, and sometimes you'll catch there's some Lupirian going around, and even some pretty rare races like a Gif. You see, like, a family of Gif catches your eye and stuff.
Whoa.
You do have Alishkar.
Gith, like Gith Yankee?
No,
Which...
Gif, GIFF.
Oh.
I'm like,
Actually,
does anyone see
that's
those aliens?
That's a little insensitive. They prefer to be called GIFs, okay?
Oh gosh.
It's a debate among the people.
That is their actual canonical lore. Is there are two factions of them that think they're called GIF and think they're called GIF. Actual 5e lore right there. But no,
yes, Jeremy.
Unlike in the book that they're originally from, Spelljammers, they are not from another planet. They are not aliens. They are just a beast race derived mainly from Alishkar. So they're the hippopotamus race.
Ooh.
Awesome.
So yeah, I would say probably the rarest races that you'll see, like, in a city, just because they don't reproduce as much as the rest, for to be blunt about it, would probably be Gif. Hadozi would be another one you don't see too much of. Another one you don't see too much of is Loxodon. Those are probably the rarest, unless you go pretty deep into the Hebdalian Federation area, kind of those jungles. That's kind of where the majority of the beast folk are from. But as I said, a lot of the cultures have had a lot of time to mingle together, so you'll find a little bit of everything everywhere.
Awesome. And I feel like port towns would probably be some of the most diverse.
Yeah, this isn't a port town, but it is. It is the next country over to the east, across the Mistwind Sea, or the Swift-Tide Sea, is Alishkar, or Dunathir is the next country over, Alishkar being the continent. So the eastern side of Alabast definitely gets a lot more beast folk traffic, kind of like the southern borders of Caranal as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What does your stall look like, Vivi? Is it just chill?
It's just like a little table that he's set up. His pack is behind it. It's very makeshift. The chairs, the legs fold in real quick, and he can just like put it in his pack real easy. It's not really much.
It's a cute little setup.
As soon as you approach, oh, Amelia, welcome. Just
Oh,
playing a bit of cup game.
Hello.
Hello.
I would love to play. How does it work?
Oh, wow. Well, he gives you a look. Well, you see, and so there's other people here. There's a crowd, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you see, and he pretends to pull something out of his pocket, but I press to digitate the thing. And
let me insight.
For one, yeah, sure, please, by all means.
I want to see Lightning Tell.
Basically, how it goes is I'm gonna put this little star trinket underneath one of these cups, and he does it real quick. So you've only had a couple of seconds looking at it, and then I mix them up, and I'll do a little sleight of hand roll. Oh. First you make your bet. Put some silver or some gold down on the table. Make your bet. Bets first, and then you guess.
And then I guess.
Yep.
Okay, we'll start small. I will put down a silver coin.
What was your insight check, by the way?
It was a 17.
Okay, and what was your sleight of hand?
A 26.
Yeah, no, you're not seeing that.
No, look, Melia.
It's a bit too fast for your eyes,
So-
even your experience eyes to catch that as a
So
prestidigitation.
the insight. Oh, really? Wow. Okay, no, that's what I was asking.
Yeah. Basically, he's able to convincingly make it look like he pulled something out of his pocket rather than casting the spell. That's what the
All
sleight
right.
hand was for. Yeah.
Okay, I'll put down a silver coin. And I just guess.
All
And
right.
if I win, I get okay. Let's do this. There's 3 cups, you said.
There's 3 cups. Yep.
I'll pick.
Anyone else? Anyone else? He challenges the crowd to also guess and bet.
Yes, come on else. Someone else come.
Yes, I will win this time. I'm gonna throw that 10 gold.
Oh my gosh, 10!
I feel like Artavan's gonna do it
Yeah,
too. I feel like
yeah,
Artavan would have.
As they're going, you throw down 10 gold, Wayne, and some people are like getting ready to like throw in like a copper, a silver, and they see you and they're just like, oh, and their eyes widen and they back up to see where this goes.
Wayne,
Oh,
no,
Wayne.
no, don't about that much, Wayne, please. Listen to me.
I think I figured it out. The more you bet, the more likely
No.
you are to win.
No, that's not how it works at all, Wayne. I don't know money, but I know that's not a good idea.
Which cup did you want, Wayne? You bet the most. You can choose first.
Wayne, no.
The middle one.
Okay, I was gonna pick that, but I will now choose the right.
she'll like be down to Vivi and she'd be like, please at least give him half back. I don't feel good about that.
Vivi's finger extends out and tips over the right cup, and there's nothing underneath it.
Ah, lost.
Vivi's finger slides over to the left cup, tips it over, and there's nothing underneath it.
Wayne.
He looks at Wayne and he looks around the crowd. Vivi looks around the crowd and like tries to get a reading. He's trying to build tension.
Oh, with
Come
that
on.
much gold on the table, there's not anything. The people are
Okay.
enthralled.
Here's what comes next.
Oh,
Vivi slowly reaches his hand out towards the last cup, and I'm going to prestidigitate the trinket into the cup as I flick it, so that Wayne wins the roll.
I knew it. You have to bet higher.
It's good for business.
I
sleight of
figured it
hand
out.
check.
Sleight of hand
Oh my gosh.
is a nat 20.
Oh.
This is as smooth as butter as you just flick it over, and it looks like it's been there the entire time.
Oh my gosh.
Wayne!
Oh, what does this mean?
Big winner.
You won.
And Vivi,
Now what
using-
happens?
Using prestidigitation and minor illusion, Vivi like makes fireworks and sparks. Ding 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 ding. Like you're in Las Vegas and you've just won the big
Yes! Yes!
jackpot. and I hand over the 10 plus 10 more gold to Wayne,
Oh.
making a big show out of the winnings.
Yeah,
And
because
then-
that's like 10 days' wages right there for these guys. And so
my
seeing
gosh.
Wade just slap that down, they're like, that's like going, I'm gonna
I
put
knew
down
it.
my entire weekly paycheck right there.
And then immediately set up to get the crowd to come at me again.
Oh yeah, with that they all get excited, and I will say, let me go. And
I'm gonna step
Yay!
back. Super proud of myself. I figured out the system.
Cosmo will kind of like ruffle the top of BB's fur just a little bit, just like as a little thank you, just the A.
Disclaimer: this is not official advice from D-Fourtress.
No,
we do
no.
not offer financial advice.
I will say, with a show like that, I rolled a D100 to see how many pieces of silver you end up getting over, I guess, like the next 2 hours is probably a good thing. And on this D100, I got 96, which means you got 96 silver pieces.
Wow.
Nice.
I'll take it.
just
9
because
gold, 6
that
silver.
big show, and just because
Plus
I
96.
also rolled a bit of a crowd insight check. Yeah, they do not believe that it was like a setup from Wayne. Wayne was too.
Wayne doesn't
Too
believe it was a
genuine.
setup.
I don't think Wayne understands what it was.
No,
No,
Wayne
yeah.
doesn't. No, he
No,
is so
he-
proud of himself. He figured out the system.
He has no idea.
Poor thing.
You got a
I-
nat 20, and I only rolled a 21 on my insight.
Yeah, friggin',
He's just a sweet idiot. Oh my gosh.
he's a
I
himbo, is
love
what
that.
he is.
Yes.
Amelia will stay and she'll like do the fireworks and the celebration and as like people win and stuff. But she wants to know. She wants to know if this is real or not because she knows Vivi's a little tricksy.
What?
I
What
would
you-
say go ahead and
What is
make
Princess
another
doing?
Insight check, and then because you're not trying to like sleight of hand Amelia specifically, I would say this turns into a deception check for you, Vivi.
Oh. Okay.
Well. Before we go there, I'm sorry. What exactly is the question? Because I'm not
Amelia-
entirely.
Amelia
Go
is staying with you to be very like supportive with you.
Right.
She's excited. That was really fun. But she knows Vivi can be a little tricksy sometimes. So she just
Right.
wants to see if this is like she doesn't care if it's like a trick or anything.
Okay,
But she just wants to
Understand it.
know.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there's
Like she's
definitely a
observing
deception-
now.
There's definitely a deception happening then, based on the context of what you're asking.
She's just gonna be very involved and she's just gonna kind of watch.
Gav, my deception roll was 13.
All right, and what is your insight check, Amelia?
Oh, just a second. A 13.
All right.
Oh.
That's
Well,
a match.
Since that's a match, I'm gonna need you guys to roll again.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
Nah.
21.
Oh, way better than me. I think I got a 17.
You can't, even though you have that suspicion, you can't quite. Your instincts tell you that somehow it's a trick just from based on your time, but you can't quite figure out how or gain any evidence to prove
support it?
Yeah,
He's
to
too
support
smooth.
it. But the
Then let me.
but yeah, but it seems but yeah, you can't confirm anything.
I can tell like he's letting people win. I know it's not like fully like it's fine. It's not bad.
Anymore.
Okay. Amelia,
You got the good end of him.
So Amelia is gonna. I think when maybe the enthusiasm of everything will die down eventually, and like you'll get a few customers here and there, but not completely. So during one of the lulls, Amelia's just gonna look at Vivi and be like, "That was very fun. You really know how to make people have fun."
Well, since you say that, Amelia, do me a favor. Would you hold out your hand?
All right.
Now, I think you know how to prestidigitate, yeah?
Yes, I do.
Right, and Vivi, and there's no one else around at this point, right?
Yeah, I would say if you close down.
I
the
picked
game,
a
yeah.
specific moment
This
where
was
there's
yeah.
no one.
This is later. So Vivi prestidigitates the star trinket, and then puts it in Amelia's hand. Now she would know that spell, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Within 6 seconds, the star trinket just sort of like shimmers and melts away. But you see there, I have been sort of playing a little bit of a dirty trick. I think you caught on, but maybe I've just been doing this long enough that.
You're too skilled, Vivi.
Thank you. Stop. Go on.
Wonderful. Explain. You don't have to explain your trick. I think I can understand how it works.
Meanwhile, I'm over there with Artavan. I figured
I
it
want
out.
to show you
I don't understand that.
something I can
wow.
do.
Oh, what is it?
Let me see a real coin real quick. I'm gonna
Oh,
put it
sure.
in my hand.
Flip.
Okay, she'll have it in her hand, and she does like a kind of little hand motion, and then she'll pop her hand open. She's gonna cast Wrist Pocket, and when she does so, it's gone.
Insight. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Another nat 20.
Oh, wow!
That's a miss.
Vivi immediately, I've seen that before. You're not interested.
No, that was really good. That was a really good, really well done. I mean, I know what you did, but that was skillful.
I've already seen that meme.
Like, and then she'll, and then I think as an action, she can just summon it back into her hand, and she'll have it back. And she'll hand it back to Vivi. I was a little tricksy when I was younger.
That's very good, love. That's very good. Maybe you and I can sort of set up something in the future, so that it's not just the cup game. We can sort of like, we can play some sort of game where I'm doing a show, and then I could like ask the audience if there's like a volunteer, and then you could pretend like you were just someone out in the audience, and we could play some sort of like grander scale show, something fun.
That's what I wanted to do, but you called my name out the moment I arrived.
Oh shoot!
But next time,
I
would
love
smart.
to. You're very smart. I see you've got smarts that I ain't got. That's the thing. You're very, very intelligent. I didn't think of that.
Intelligence isn't everything. Fun is also very necessary, and being a little, I don't know, what you are, it makes the world a little better.
What I am? A little scamp is what I am. And I know it.
As your tail wags.
Indeed it is, right now.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah.
All right, so as day presses on, it gets pretty late into the evening.
I did want to go up to the wall before sunset.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I wanted to go with these guys though, so.
It is an exhausting climb up that scaffolding.
Oh.
It's very secure, and it actually through the use of a lot of clever engineering and support beams and just how it's carved, they do manage to make pretty wide pathways that stick out pretty far from the wall. So it's not like you're not like really in danger of slipping and falling off, or you know, getting it too crowded to where like you're kind of stuck in between a bunch of people on a narrow pathway. So it's pretty well thought out and planned, but it's a pretty tiring climb to the top, almost 3/4 of a mile to the top of that cliff. And at least to like the first plateau. And as you get to the top of that, you notice that the town kind of keeps on going back on another layer, almost like a layered cake, and then another thing up, and then about another 1,000 or so feet up is the actual top of it, and on the second layer is where you're seeing the actual more residential areas. So here you're seeing less workspaces and establishments, and now you're seeing houses and parks and things like that. And on the sides of this area, you can see, starting from the top of a cliff, there's kind of like a wedge that starts at the top of the cliff and then goes down and then surrounds at about a 3-foot high wall that goes on either side of the town that splits the salt and stops it from crashing down directly into the town, so it slides down on either side and bypasses it.
I would like to say,
parting the curtains.
Yeah.
instead of climbing the trail or whatever, you have to get up there. I'm just gonna cast spider climb on myself and just walk up the everything.
With your new staff?
With my new staff. I'll be like, I'm not a walker. I'll see you there.
Yeah, easy enough.
Wait, we could do that?
That's an option?
Why did we give that to her?
I just thought it looked neat.
Cosmo likes hiking.
But as you reach to the top, there is another set of scaffolding and ramps that do lead to the top of the next plateau. It's gonna take you a good couple hours to make that whole hike, but
Wayne would need frequent breaks.
yeah.
Wow.
But when you do get to the top on the north, once you get to the top on the north end, there's probably like a good couple dozen acres of open space where you're seeing things like barracks and stuff, along with a wall from the cliff edge with guards manning it at different towers that guard the north from any wild creatures that wander in from the Saltlands or anything like that. And as you go and as you turn around and look south over it, you see the Clifftown. Spreading out down below you, and as your eyes wander just all the way off in the distance, this is pretty unobstructed view here. You see scattered around before the horizon a couple settlements and stuff, as you start seeing pools of pockets of mist and fog and steam as you are looking out across this steaming valley, which is under the shadow of the gargantuan. Let me look at my DM notes. The gargantuan 9.5 mile high volcano on the south end of Alabast, Black Brim Mountain.
Yeah. Cosmo will like
Dang.
lift both Princess and Vivi onto her shoulders.
It's peak hidden within the clouds. Its peak hidden within the clouds, and you, Ardavan, did you make this hike with them?
Yeah.
You know, especially being where you're from, as Drifton is technically part of the steaming valley, is all the magma flows and stuff kind of boil and heat up the water underneath, causing all these hot springs and geysers to form, and all these hot springs and geysers to form, and it's also kind of like once it gets into the colder seasons of the year, how Driftonites keep warm by using the steam vents and things that circle all the way, that flow all the way to the west underneath Lake Evalis, which also heat up the lake and infuse it with a sulfur-like substance that gives it its unique heat, smell, and very unique wildlife within it as well.
I think, yeah, if he could see the mountain he's at the base of, where he's the closest to, there'd be a lot of tinge of this homesickness looking off in that direction. And yeah, he's probably pretty obvious that he's kind of lost in staring at this mountain and lost in thought, and kind of clutches his scarf a little bit.
Cosmo will kind of walk over and just pat his shoulder. It's like,
That's my mountain right there.
really?
Yeah,
And-
that's where home is. It's the base of that mountain and the lake.
Wow.
Yeah, and with the thing, it's also a little bit of an optical illusion with the mountain being so massive and spanning from base to base, spanning well over 100 miles. The base of the volcano, because it's a very wide mountain. It's, even though Drifton is still kind of in the shadow of this mountain, and the base of the mountain kind of starts within walking distance. It's still about a 4-day walk from Drifton to get to the mountain proper, where the incline really starts being significant.
How big is that mountain compared to Wayne's Mountains?
Wayne's the White Spine Mountains, the highest peak extends to about 6 miles high. However, the cave that Wayne is at is kind of in a more central part of it, rather than being on a peak. It's tucked into a thing. So I would say Wayne's thing is probably elevation-wise, probably about like 3.5 to 4 miles above the flat ground at the base of the mountain.
Okay.
And then, however, the Sky Dancer Temple on that same mountain ridge is about, I would say like 3/4 up the highest peak, kind of tucked into the side, because the White Spine Mountains are very narrow peaks, so you can't really do anything at the top of them.
Right. Okay.
I think Amelio. Sorry.
I was gonna say, I'm like, it's crazy. I mean, it looks like it's so close, yet I know from reading the books and seeing the maps that we're actually so far from it. But it looks like you could just walk there in a day. But no, I mean, we're so far.
So I just did some math with each of the squares being about 20 miles in terms of landmass. From base to base of the volcano, this volcano, the base of it, in diameter is about 240 miles.
Wow.
Dang.
It's
That's
big.
crazy. It's very big.
I love making fantasy worlds because I can do absurd stuff like that.
We're basically just on Mars.
Yeah.
I feel
Is
like
it true?
Artavan would probably like mention the whole like the streams of lava rivers and the geysers and the keeping warm. He would kind of like tell a little bit of home and just how like the life is like, and how they love the lake even though it smelled awful, but everything smelled the same, so no one ever knew we smelled awful until I left and came back, and yeah, all these little
really?
little details.
I'd love to visit. It sounds so lovely.
No, it's not. But I love it. I do love it.
And Artavan, if you ever went into Rascalia territory, you would at least know this by word of mouth. But directly across on the western side of the lake, in the Rascalia territory, that heat still carries over quite a ways, and so you have a very warm, humid, bubbling swamplands just on the other side of it.
We never went cold, at least. Kind of helps when most of our walls weren't fully intact, so it just worked out that way.
Yeah. I don't think I ever had to worry about being cold, per se. I was moving a lot. Didn't always have the chance to really stay in one place and cool off. One fight after another.
Yeah, I fought with my sister all the time growing up.
Yeah. Totally like that.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Different childhoods. It's okay.
How else was your home, Artavan? If you're willing to share.
Well, there isn't a lot of us there, but everyone that is there felt like a member of one big family. Is still a place of safety and sanctuary. All of us, it's kind of odd being out and about and seeing all of these towns and cities and people who are just living a very different life. It seemed like you stepped away from the world once you went to Drifton. Even though everybody looked hungry, everybody still smiled. Everybody was exhausted, but everyone was sharing, helping, and all part of the community. It's a good life. It's a happy life.
That sounds amazing. Oh, what was your favorite game to play growing up?
Well, one of my favorite things was taking my brother and we would actually dive into the lake and find different pieces of, driftwood and other rubble, garbage, whatever it is, and we would make all sorts of fun things out of it. We would play swords with things, we would build huts and forts, we'd bring it back to the city and we'd work on constructing homes, and sometimes we would get together with some other people and go hunting for local wildlife. It was all basic, survival things, but it actually was enjoyable and fun as a child growing up. It was an enjoyable process of living, and it felt great to contribute to home and the town, and seeing it grow little by little, and people being grateful for it. And we'd get these, albeit very mediocre, but we'd get snacks on our morning rug. And little things like that. It's a very peaceful place.
What's your brother's name?
Armin.
So you have a sister, a brother, a father.
Their parents and my parents, and it's just really the three of us, and then the parents.
I would have loved to do stuff like that.
I would be happy to take you and show you, but when the time comes, I would prefer to return home with my sister.
Of course.
And boy, do I miss it. I'm sure she does too. I can only hope that she's not doing any unsightly things or anything bad.
I think she's okay. And I think we're going to find her really quickly.
I apologize now for when we encounter the collector, because you'll probably see a side of me that is unsightly and a little bit aggressive, but...
Oh no, he deserves every bit of that. Go crazy.
So please don't get afraid when I become feral. But it's kind of what I'm expecting. I don't know if I can contain myself.
I can tell you 100% I will not be afraid. Don't worry.
Well, he was the only thing that changed all that peace and everything, and now it's not as happy, not as safe, not as peaceful. Mm-hmm. And I seek to restore it.
That's very noble.
Donovan, that was my question to you, though. Is that why you left then? Because of your sister, or
essentially was to save my sister and to restore the peace. And maybe one day I have a dream of one day sailing the seas, and if I can get a big enough ship and perhaps take all of Drifton with me, and we can have a new home, someplace less stinky. That's kind of a abstract reality. I don't know how that would ever be a thing, but who knows? If anything, my sister is top priority, and I'd be content with that.
Don't forget your dreams, though.
Oh, well.
It's very important to keep them.
Always fun to have a dream, but we'll see.
I can see it now. I mean, all of us on the boat, sailing the seas, seeing what kind of adventures we could get up to with Drifton.
I don't know about that for me.
The Great Expanse? I'm just saying, Devin, maybe?
Water is not my thing. Especially a body of water so large.
Well, I never thought to have more people than simply my family and home. But I mean, you all have earned the right to join us on a little journey if it ever comes to that one day. If anything, you're all welcome as guests in Drifton. That's for sure.
I still want to write that book. I want to make sure you end up on a map.
Eric over here doing his homework about Rornix Mountain wanted to go to the Great Expanse. You don't want me to DM for the Great Expanse. I don't think, because you're talking to somebody with a deep-seated thalassophobia. So I'll put scary things there.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So, as you look out, the you see the mountain, and with how high it goes, it's hard to tell what is cloud and what is plume. But as the evening sets in and the sun begins to set, you notice a lot of the people are now walking past you as you're making your way back down to return to their homes, making their way up the ramps and scaffolding. And however, there are a good amount, this is a pretty blue-collar town, there's a good amount of people that are breaking off and going to different little food stalls, get food, going to little general stores and butcher shops to, pick up groceries, things like that. But there is also a lot of foot traffic heading towards several of the kind of hole-in-the-wall bars that dot the town. So, still not quite time, unless you guys, as long as you guys want to do anything else, but as of right now, still not quite time for your meeting with Selena. Not quite midnight yet.
Well, Gavin, I wanted to buy everyone. Do we have like energy drinks in this type of universe? I kind of want to get hyped up.
Coffee is a thing. Yeah, coffee is very much a thing.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just down in that, just getting ready, hyped up, stretching.
Careful, you don't want to have too much because it actually makes your heart beat a lot faster, which makes it way more difficult to perform simple tasks.
I can't even hear her. I'm just like, groaning and.
I'm replacing half of them with water.
Yeah.
You got decaffeinated coffee crystals?
Yeah.
What?
You
Son of a.
Thank you for looking out for me, Amelia.
You look out for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So while Dante is doing his prep, does anybody else have anything they would like to do?
Cosmo's probably gonna
rent
pull
a room,
Vivi
though.
aside.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Vivi.
Yeah.
So what Artavan was saying earlier kind of reminded me of what I'm going to be doing. How's the financial situation going? Do you think I have enough?
Oh, well, enough. You've definitely got a lot, dear. We've been gathering a lot, but I don't know what it is exactly you want to purchase. So I don't know what sort of numbers you need, but
It's more like
I'd say
travel.
you've easily got about 400 gold. Yeah.
I'm not sure. If I'm going to be looking for my parents, I need a way to be able to pay for myself to go and find them.
I think you've got some good travel funds here.
Okay.
It's been a little while, but we've earned a lot back.
Okay. Well, thanks for telling me.
Of course, dear.
Talk to you later, I guess.
Good night.
Night.
All right. So, this place, it's going to be, it's not like a ridiculously nice place, but it's actually, it's not like drab. It's very cozy. It's like almost like a log cabin. If that log cabin was like a, almost like 1,000 feet in the air, but it's about a half mile for this first plateau. But
How much did it cost?
yeah, so it's going to run a silver per room, and there are single rooms, double rooms, and quadruple rooms. And the 4 bedrooms are 1 silver, 5 copper.
Hey, Vivi. I was thinking, why don't we do, you know how we made an investment to the chocolate mug? Why don't we do that in some of each of the cities we go to?
That's a great idea, Wayne. Yeah, I like that. Let's do that.
Here, you can use some of the money that I won earlier.
Oh, you won it fair and square, dear. Now you keep that. That's okay. That's all right. Unless you really want to use that bit.
All right, well then I'll keep that and I'll put the 10 gold away and I'll use some of my own.
Very good. That's better. That's better. How much? 10 gold then?
So I'll give you 5 so that way I chip in
5.
for it. Yeah.
How about if each of us could pitch in 5 to 10, something like that, then we could look for a little shop, maybe a blacksmith, maybe a magic dealer, trinkets, and do what we did there. Is everybody else here?
I wasn't sure if we were. Are we?
I wasn't sure. I'm not sure.
I mean,
this
this
That's
would have
my
been
left.
on the way to the inn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yes, we're all there.
Yeah.
If you're talking investing, I am more than willing to do that.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. I'd say 5 to 10 gold from each of us.
For
Would
sure,
be
sure.
a very good investment. We could invest in a merchant somewhere. Really make their day.
Yeah.
Like the sound of
Yeah,
that?
I suppose it depends on who they are. I'd want to know their character perhaps first. Let's look around. Let's find a place.
Yeah.
So
What
as
she
you
said.
make your way, so the Wall Clutch Inn is really the only is really the only like inn in the place. The other places that are similar are more bunkhouses for temporary work kind of stuff. So yeah.
Is there like some little girl on the side of the street making bracelets out of, like, salt crystal beads? Or something like
not
that?
at this time, at least.
Oh, salt beads. That would be awesome. You just put one in your food.
Yeah, it's all great until you get the salt stores from it.
Ooh.
But yeah, so you guys are heading to Wall Clutch Inn, correct?
Yeah, I figured we could, just like how we did the inn at the other place, maybe we could invest in inns in other cities too. That way we always have a room ready.
Specifically the inn. Okay, specifically. It's not just any business.
I mean, we can.
It could be different businesses if we want to.
I mean,
could
I
be
was just
the
thinking
inn.
of the inn, but I mean, that way we always have a room.
Nice thing about the inn as well is that that gives them the leeway to help other downtrodden peoples if they need a place to stay. They've got a little extra cash on hand to cover it.
Okay,
Sounds
let's
like
try
a good
that.
idea to me.
Yeah.
All right, so as you head into the Wall Clutch Inn, the best word I can use to describe it is cozy. There is in the 2 front corners on either side of the on either side of the on either side of the door, 2 roaring fireplaces with 2 roaring fireplaces. There are people passing through. You do catch a glimpse of what you would recognize. They have a few people here and there have the same official mercenary badges that are conversing with one another. Same that you have for your group. And manning the counter, you see an owlin woman. She has the appearance of a snowy owl. Her feathers are very kind of ruffled and puffed up a little bit. And she seems to be there seems to be a little bit of work in progress carpentry going on with the counter, looking like they're expanding it further behind her to make space for her wings, as it wasn't until about sometime 10 years ago when Aarakocra and Owlin regained their wings for the first time in millennia. And so culture is still trying to get used to the flying races having their wings back. And so there's been, in a lot of places, especially over in Alishkar where they are much more common, they've had to rework a lot of their architectural stuff to make space for their new additions.
Interesting.
That's awesome.
But as you enter, she kind of perks up and does a thing. As she's looking in the kitchen behind her, you see her head turns the 180 degrees to look at you. And then the rest of her body spins around. Oh, hello. What can I do for you?
Hello.
We would like to spend the night.
Oh, of course. How many rooms and what kind of rooms would you like? I've got single bedrooms, double bedrooms, and 4 bedrooms.
There's a
You could
wait,
do-
like one of these cabins has 4 bedrooms.
No, I have 2 rooms with 4 beds in them.
Oh,
Boys and girls. Technically.
I mean,
Or
1 double and 1 with 4? Unless you guys don't want to share a room.
I don't mind either way.
So yeah, the
As-
single and double rooms are silver each, and then the room with 4 beds is 1 silver, 5 copper.
okay. No, I will pay for it.
Amelia, are you sure?
Of course, you guys.
Wall clutch in.
Wall clutch in, yep.
Okay.
Wow, clutch.
Clutch.
And I kind of like elbow Vivi. Is this the place that we're going to do what we talked about?
Well, I think that's up to everybody to decide. Maybe we can have a vote.
Then we could always have a room.
Meanwhile, Cosmo's already up at the counter, just going, "Hi, I'm Cosmo.
What
Nice to meet
city
you."
are we in again? Please remind me.
Clifftown.
So that's like down south. We've been
Yeah, yeah.
traveling south, right?
Yeah, let me pull up. You'll see it on the battle map, so you can see it on my thing in the Zoom. Clifftown is right here. So you got Storesil
There
up
we go.
here. Here was Dry Rock, and then you
Right.
took the train down this way, turned right, and then
Right.
got off right here.
Southeast, kind of? Or southwest?
You're southeast of Storesil.
Southeast, yeah.
And then here is Blackbrim Mountain, and then Brifton is about right here, right on the
Way
border.
over there. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's great. Yeah, Cosmo is like up at the counter with the elven lady, just like, hello, I'm Cosmo, nice to meet you.
Oh, it is a pleasure. I am Madison.
Oh, that's a beautiful name.
Why, thank you.
Do you like chocolate?
I just love it.
She looks at everybody else just like and she'll like pull a little chocolate chip pancake she made from her bag and just be like, yeah.
Oh, thank you. Aren't you just the sweetest thing?
And she like graciously accepts it. And then
If
kind
we-
of as she's helping you, she'll be slowly but surely taking tiny pieces of it, popping it in her mouth.
I thought she would roll it up and just like a mouse, just down it all in one bite.
So, young lady, you're the one paying for the room? As she turns to Amelia.
Yes, of
All
course.
right. Which rooms would you like?
So we'll get a double and then the quadruple.
Perfect. That will be 2 silver and 5 copper.
All right. She'll just go through her little coin purse and then hand it over. She'll just bump it up to the next
So 3
highest,
silver.
So 3 silver, yeah.
Oh, thank you. You are too kind. Now, I do need to tell you, breakfast is served between 6 and 8 a.m. and comes with the rooms. However, lunch and dinner are sold separately.
Thank you for letting us know.
Of course.
To this place. It comes with food.
Wow.
Are you perchance busy right now?
Oh, I always have time to talk with the customers.
It might take just a moment, but my 2 friends here have a bit of a proposition. You might enjoy it. If not, we figured we could just ask.
And she like tilts her head. A proposition?
And Amelia will gesture to you 2.
Yeah, so we travel a lot. We're the Paragon, we're mercenaries. And Vivi, help.
I love that, Wayne. That's great.
I give him a bardic inspiration.
Oh!
I'm
You
definitely gonna use
got
that.
this.
Yes. Oh
Yes.
gosh.
So we're always looking for places to stay, and we'll be traveling a lot going through. He kind of feels like that confidence boost a little bit, but he's kind of like eyes darting around. We were wondering if we could invest some money into your business so that maybe we might have a place to stay in the future as well.
So you mean like long-term renting out a room?
And you know, you could use it for whatever you see fit. A room for us, but maybe if you see someone who might be short with money, you could help them. Yeah, for things like that, or maybe if you wanted to expand or do things like that, would
Right.
an investment to use how you want.
Right, so not just long-term rental of a room for us, but also expansion for yourselves as well. And then just put our names as contributors, in your books. That's all. Maybe hang a poster. I've been working on something, and he like starts like pulling, he starts pulling through like his bag. I've been sort of working on something. There's like some chicken scratch like Princess and the Paragon's like little poster that he's created.
Oh,
You can hang this up. You can hang this up, and then if anybody needs jobs, we got the jobs, and we just advertise here in your inn.
Oh, we need to make those posters.
Industrious little
Yes,
fellows.
please.
Oh my gosh.
Well, what is your offer? I would love to help. Help you get your names out there, and I don't think I'm in any position to really say no to some help.
Did we say 5 each? Anybody want to go to 10?
Amelia's gonna do 10.
10. Cosmo, how much you want to do? How much you want to give?
Whatever you think is best. I don't mind either way.
Right.
I don't know.
we'll do you and me will do 10 each to match Amelia.
Okay.
30.
Dante
I'll do
Audubon?
10.
So
Yeah, BV, I'll match your 10. I'll do 10 as
40.
well.
I'll do that as well. So 60 gold.
Hit me.
60 gold. Oh, you are too generous. It's a deal. I'll make sure to have some. I'll make sure to always have a bit of space for you when you roll through town. We'll keep it nice and clean for you.
If you guys look at Wayne, he'd be like kind of clenching and unclenching his fist.
And one thing I kind of forgot to describe on the outside, it's kind of like a very boxy building, with multiple floors kind of bolted in, and the rooftop is flat, and so it looks like each floor was kind of just stacked on top at different periods, kind of thing. So she's just like,
I'm always looking to add more rooms. Thank you.
And if you ever need to take out a loan for any reason, if it's an extended amount, you're welcome to use my family's name, the Novali family, as a reference.
Oh, you are too kind. Thank you.
So the poster that Vivi hands the innkeep, it looks like a kindergarten child's drawing of their family. You've got the two dads, Artavan and Dante. You've got the awkward teenager Cosmo. You've got the nerdy book smart Wayne.
Hey, I'm 23.
You've got like really, really finely well dressed, like definitely like eldest daughter vibes coming from Amelia.
Yes.
and then like the Calvin.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And so it's like a rough sketch. You can kind of tell who's who. And I mean, and in this, so Gavin, question, in this world, how would I, without cellular communication, how would people know how to contact us? What would
it's usually
Sending,
via
right?
via courier, where you address it to somebody, and then if you know where they are, they'll usually leave it at like a last known location. Sometimes couriers kind of have to be a little bit detectives themselves.
Having
figuring
a
out
home
where
base
these
in
people are.
each place would be nice.
If you want a convenient but much harder to get option, there's always magic things like sending stones, but usually if somebody's moving around, the person who is the one doing the moving around will be the one to initiate contact, and they'll leave a thing saying like, send mail here, then this is where I can receive it. Or if you have a home address.
So the inn could be like one of the places people come to.
Yeah, the inn could be like, contact
Cool.
us through the innkeeper, right?
I like it.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Like having our little home base at each town. Yes.
Now we have the chocolate mug, we have Dante's apartment, and now we have the
Wall clutch.
Wall
The wall
clutch inn.
clutch. And hopefully, if things go to plan, we'll have a train.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
That's right.
All right.
And this one's
guess-
perfect, seeing that it's the only real inn in the area. It must get a lot of foot traffic as well.
As we're like all going to our rooms, Amelia's just gonna quickly be like, I'll bring the contract tomorrow morning. It'll be very basic. You don't have to worry. I'll read it through, and all you have to do is sign. But it'll be in your favor, so you have nothing to worry about.
Meanwhile, they're over here. You need a contract?
You never know.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna ask Princess. Princess, do you want to be with the boys or do you want to be with the ladies? Because I'm curious what Princess is gonna choose.
Oh.
You're
You
muted,
muted.
Jeremy.
Even as you say it, she like climbs Dante like a little tree and just perches on his shoulder. Just,
she's
just
yeah.
grabs
she's
his
one
ear,
of the
holds on.
boys.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
holds onto his ear.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it's not so fun in the girl room.
Well, on our way there, I don't think I've told Cosmo or Vivi what's going on tonight, so I just quickly fill them in and just tell Cosmo, I think Wayne's putting money on and wagers how many times I'm going to be beat up. So if you guys want to
Oh no, that was Artavan.
Oh,
Wait, are we
Artavan,
doing
yes,
Artavan?
yes. Yeah.
Yeah. That was
So
me.
it's a fight club.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it sounds like
You
it.
just can't talk about it, okay? yeah.
No.
Which is
stop
why I'm
talking.
writing notes.
Yeah.
I'm not a betting kind of person, but I'll be there if you think that would help you.
I think I'd like you there if that's okay, Cosmo. I know you love your sleep, but
I mean, if I'm that tired, I'll just fall asleep. I miss it. So I mean, I can't promise I'll stay awake the whole time, but you know, that's fine.
I appreciate it.
The only one who rivals Dante's dad sleeping is
Right.
Cosmo.
All right. So as you settle in, finally, the time, the time comes for the meeting. It's getting pretty close to midnight. So, does everybody go with Dante?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Before we
The whole crew.
as we're heading there, Dante, do you want
Yes,
it to
Melia.
be just? Do you want me to give you like a spell to help you or anything, or do you want to just go in raw?
Nah,
No,
he needs
can-
to train. He needs to train. And I kind of be patting him on the back.
Yeah. Amelia, do you got anything? Because, I mean, I just haven't been training as much as I should have, and I'm kind of embarrassed, you know? Like, sometimes when you go, you know, for, like, lessons of a musical instrument and you haven't practiced the entire time, but then you show up again and it's just terrible, that's how I feel.
Okay. Well, the only thing I can really do to help you currently is to make you a little faster in your initial fight, so you
Okay.
should be pretty quick there, and I can allow you to maybe try something again. Like, I think I've done it before in a fight with you.
Yeah, but hey, if
Well,
I could
that's-
just start pretty good, you know, get my confidence going, I think that'd be great.
And I'll
Don't
give
You
you,
forget
can
to
do
stretch.
it, Dante.
Yeah.
and I also give him a bardic inspiration, so he's got that as well.
Yes,
All
thank
right.
you guys.
Yeah, so I give you Gift of Alacrity. So if you roll an initiative, you get to add a D8. And then Fortune's Favor, which is that one where you can re-roll any D20 that you want, or you can make her re-roll any D20 that you want.
Cool. Thank you, Amelia.
There you are. You just have two little ice burns where I touched you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So as you head out, the town is much less busy, but there are still some graveyard shift workers out and about as you're making your way through. And following the direction of the directions on the letter, you eventually make your way out to this. You eventually make your way out to this. I guess, for lack of a better term, a scrapyard of sorts. Bunch of raw materials scattered about, and it seems. And you see this large chain link fence that guards it all in. However, the gate is open, and you see a guy there, a Luperian man, kind of wearing this just rough work outfit, and he's got a cigarette burning as you approach.
and the directions lead you exactly here. And as you go up to him, he kind of goes and, oh, so I see. So you're the guy that.
Clearly, yes.
Yeah, she wasn't.
You seem surprised, sir. Is there a problem?
No, I'm just like, she wasn't kidding. Yeah, you really need a workout. I mean, no offense, but I mean,
she said that.
Wow.
Oh.
yeah,
So insensitive.
Well, yeah, she just showed up, earlier today and handed some money to me and the boys and the manager, and asked if she could use the scrapyard for a bit of scuffle tonight. So we cleared out an area for you, and figured we'd stay to see, what the hell's going on.
Is she here right now, or is it just you and me?
Yeah, she's in there. She's doing some stretches.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you're more welcome to go on in. And as for the rest of you, and he kind of looks across the rest of you, we just find a comfortable enough looking crate and take a seat, I guess.
Okay.
All right, thank you, sir. We'll just head in, I guess, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, be my guest.
Sure.
Right. So as you enter, there's just a bunch of broken equipment and tools, scrap, raw materials kind of piled high. But you notice there is one area kind of swept clean, and you do see a bunch of workers that are kind of scattered amongst the piles and crates, having taken seats, making little comfortable spots for themselves. And you see they're passing out bottles of ale and beer. And bottles of ale and beer. And the area is lit up by some torchlight. It seems makeshift torches propped up with some of the scrap. And so there's this small ring, probably about 30 feet across, that's set up, ringed out by boxes. And on the outside of the opposite end, you see the familiar form of Selena doing some stretches, stretching out her muscles. The violet-skinned tiefling, and she's got the horns that kind of curl around, almost like ram's horns. Her raven black hair is cut short, kind of shaved on the sides with an undercut as it kind of goes over the left side of her face. In her studded leather armor, and you see her abnormally thin great sword kind of resting on one of the crates nearby as she's doing her stretches. And as you enter, it's like, oh, there you are. Just getting scared you were gonna chicken out.
Oh, absolutely not. And Selena, is it all right if I bring my friends with me too? Is that okay? They just wanted to watch.
Well, if you're okay with being embarrassed, I guess, yeah. Fine by me.
Oh,
Not gonna happen tonight. That's all right.
you didn't tell us she was so pretty, Dante.
It's gonna happen.
Her horns reminds me of Glimshaw's.
Yeah. Well, Selena, how are you? What's going on? Oh.
Well, I was in town, saw you making your way around, figured I would rope you into some much overdue lessons.
Selena, I gotta be honest, this training stuff, it's not going well. Whenever I enter into combat, I feel like I just go back to my old ways. I feel like I'm trying to think of an analogy. Have you ever used chopsticks before and you learn, oh, it's a cool skill, but then you see a fork and you just go back to using the fork because you're like, this is easier. That's how I feel even in combat or in those stressful situations. the Sky Dancer abilities are just not sticking with me, I feel like.
How long have you been a soldier, or at least somebody who fights?
Quite some time. So we're talking more than 20 years.
Well, look at it this way. You're having to unlearn more than 20 years of muscle memory. And then she goes and picks up her great sword and steps into the ring and gestures for you to step in at the opposite side.
There's a lot of muscle, so she must have a lot of memory.
I'll take the sword.
All right. And which weapon of yours do you draw?
You know what? I think I've been using the cleaver, haven't I? I think that's been my... Yes.
And remember, you have that special ability when you land a critical hit with it.
Yes.
So as she kind of goes and looks at it, gives it a nod. It's like, you have to remember, we sky dancers are a little bit different. What we do is not completely, but nearly impossible to do it without a bit of help. You, for lack of a better word, have been chosen. Just like the rest of us. Your problem is you are relying too much on your own muscle memory and strength. You're forgetting that as a sky dancer, and then as she says, she lifts off the ground and levitates about a foot off the ground as she starts flying.
Ooh.
Something else helps us carry our burdens. And then she gently lands again.
Well, I'd love to do that. Okay.
That's so cool.
It'll come with time.
Could I order some popcorn?
I mean, I have chocolate chip pancakes, I have muffins.
Here, I can put some seasoning so it tastes like popcorn.
Okay, very good.
The hardest thing as a sky dancer is letting go. This is a bit of a dance, so to speak. Even when it seems that you're fighting alone, you have a partner. You have the wind at your back. And it seems that, like I said, you've been chosen. It seems Calum really likes you.
Gavin, who's Calum? Do I know him or her?
You have not heard that name yet.
Okay. Who's this Calum, Selena? I don't think that rings a bell.
Sometimes, have you seen things, heard a voice in your dreams? Seen a woman that seems to be made up of clouds and gusts of wind?
I have. Sometimes I've been confusing if that was a tadpole from a mind flayer, but I have seen this, in my dreams sometimes.
I'm sorry, mind flayer tadpole.
Oh. And I just go on about these awesome,
Yeah, and then she seems like, all right.
I've already seen this part.
Skip. Recap.
Well, safe to say that her influence is none of that absolute insanity. We're also probably going to have to talk about your sense of danger and recklessness, but that's beside the point. Not really my area of expertise. But, no.
Kalem is... Well, technically she's a highly intelligent elemental. She is in service to the Sky Dancers. For lack of a better term, she is almost like a patron to us. While it is possible to achieve what a Sky Dancer can through skill and perseverance and taming the winds on your own, she helps us expedite the process. She is a part or an aspect of the Sky Father, Asarian, god of the wind, skies, and storms. However, he's more concerned with, as far as I can tell, more concerned with maintaining, you know, the natural balance of the natural world, so it seems that this whole martial arts thing was her idea of a good time, I guess. She's a bit vague and wishy-washy and fickle. Fickle as a wind, forgive the pun. More of the story is she likes to play favorites, and it seems she likes you for some reason. So you have her blessing. This blessing will help carry your burdens and help carry your blade as well.
Wow.
You are relying too much on your own strength and your own body to let her help. So, this is going to sound a bit like a paradox, and she assumes a fighting stance. But you're going to need to relax and fight like your life depends on it. And that's where we're going to go to break.
Wow.
Awesome.
Nice.
So,
Very good.
we are going to be back in around 15-ish minutes. I would say for player reference, be back at about, let's say, 7:12.
Great.
So, yeah, we're going to go, you know, get a little bit of food in us, recuperate a little bit, and then we will be back to pick up right where we left off. So, see y'all in a bit. And we are back. I don't have to rearrange the cameras. We're having some technical difficulties. The stream crashed right as we went on break, so I had to stop it and start it again. But yeah, looks like we're good. So, as as she points her great sword at you, you hear her say, "You need to relax and fight like your life depends on it." And with that, Dante, I need you to roll initiative for me.
Oh. All right. With Amelia's help, can I add that D8 as well?
You certainly can.
Beautiful.
Woo!
And so it begins.
Well, I'm gonna need it because I don't know if you saw what that was, but it was a 1 plus 4, so it's 5.
Nice.
Oh gosh.
Good start.
Roll an 8.
Another 1. All right. It's just that.
Wow!
Wow.
You're really nervous.
6 total. Yeah, I guess.
You're
If
channeling
you
me.
if you really, really want to, you could use Fortune's favor right now. It's on any roll.
Amelia, I feel like with these type of rolls, I'm gonna have to save it for something even more drastic. We'll see. We'll see.
It's whatever you want.
Well, she got a natural 3 for a total of 8. So what was your total?
Total was 6.
Total was 6? Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
only beat you by 2.
Look how slow
What?
they are.
Grab my shield, grab my cleaver, falls down, picking it up. Butt
I
cracks
thought
hanging
fighting
out.
like the wind would be faster.
A little plumber.
Yeah.
So I would say narratively, it's like you both are like approaching, waiting for the other to strike first.
Gotcha.
Cool.
And then she is going to take the first swing with her great sword, and she's going to charge right up to you and make an attack. That is a 18 to hit. Does that hit you?
I'm an 18 armor class, so yes, right?
Oh,
Yep.
Just hit. Yeah.
Oh, put the
Just
shield
hits
up and nothing.
it just reverberates through.
So your armor
Ouch.
class is 18,
Correct.
so that does hit. Yeah. You
Yeah.
have to- yeah. So as it goes, she brings the greatsword around for non-lethally, but for 13 slashing damage as it crashes against your shield. And as you see, as she swings it, her muscles don't tense like a normal, like a normal person's swinging a greatsword would. It's more graceful. It's more like she's using the momentum of her whole body to put into the swing. But you notice very faintly a dull white trail coming from her blade as she swings it.
Interesting.
But as she's going, and then she's going to bring another attack down, and that is a dirty 20.
It hits? Oh, gosh.
So that's going to be another 13 damage right there.
Bloodied already. Jeez.
And then she is going to back off and wait for your response.
All right, well, I'm going to go with confidence with Old Faithful. I'm taking that cleaver, and I'm just going straight for her shoulder.
All right, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Yeah, I want to re-roll. I had a 1, okay? 1 + 8. Come on. 2. We'll take progress, guys. We will take progress.
What is happening?
That is crazy. All
Wow.
right, 10 total.
Hey, 2's been the highest you rolled so far.
Yeah,
All right. So
I saw the B. I saw the 20. I thought it was a 20 for a second. So yes, but no, it's a 2.
So as so as you go in for that first strike, she knocks it aside and she looks at you just like, you need to relax when you're trying not to die. And you have you're level 5, so you have 2 attacks now. So
That's right. Gavin, I want to use my vacuum attack.
okay, all right. So that is a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
So
It's okay if I roll?
Yeah, so her dexterity saving throw. What is your save DC? It should be 8 plus your proficiency plus your dexterity modifier.
Okay, all right. Let's see. And Gavin, can you say it again? So it's my dexterity.
Yeah, your dexterity
Plus your
bonus,
proficiency.
Okay.
plus
So
proficiency plus 8.
I think it's 15. Plus proficiency. Yeah, so it's just 15.
All right, so she needs to get a 15 or higher.
Gotcha.
That is a natural 1. So that
Passing
is
around.
Ooh!
So that is full damage, which is going to be, you should have it on there in D&D Beyond, but it's 1d6 plus half of your
Plus
class
2,
level rounded
right?
down. Yeah.
Okay. 5. All right.
5 damage. All right.
On the board.
So as you're going, she parries the first hit and says that, and then the wind coalesces around the cleaver, and with the slashing damage in a 10-foot cone, you see that same dull white aura, which you now realize is the condensed wind, slash out as she gets caught by it. Doing that, and then she kind of steps back a bit, tilts her head, and she's like, "There you go. Now you're getting it. Something to, at least." And then she is going to take her turn, and with her first attack, she is going to do her vacuum attack in a 10-foot cone. So I need you to make a dex save for me. Dexterity saving
Right.
throw.
Man, it is not going well. All right. 9.
Ooh.
Add your
Can I do my bardic
yes,
inspiration?
yes, you can add that
Thank you, Jeremy. Jeremy, that's a D6, right?
D6.
Okay. 12 total then?
That skill
Enough
does
or-
not succeed.
Ah.
Thanks,
So
Jeremy.
you take
Thanks, VV,
8,
anyway.
you take 8 thunder damage
Okay.
as she
Ooh.
8 thunder damage as she as she does her vacuum attack. Same exact thing, just returning it in kind.
But I want to know where she hit him, please. Just now, where on his body did she hit him?
I would say she kind of would do right a cross section from shoulder to hip with it.
So it wasn't a thunder down under. It was a thunder up top. Got it. Okay. All right.
Oh,
All right. Okay. And then she's just going to go in for her second attack. And that is a 16 to hit.
Luckily, that one misses. Whew.
All right. So as she goes in, after you take that, she comes down with the great sword. Once again, kind of like you, rather than using her arm strength, using like full body momentum, kind of as she's moving along with the blade, and kind of letting it partially carry her as it as you bring up your shield and just deflect it off to the side. And that is her turn. So now it is back to you, Dante.
Okay, feeling more confident. Okay, getting into it. I'm going to go for one of her legs. I'm going to try to knock her off balance with my cleaver.
All right.
21.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll that
Woo!
damage.
Finally. Let's go. Ooh, 11 damage on that one.
Nice. She staggers back from it. She's like, there we go. See? Smooth motions. Smooth. You don't have to force it. Let your blade guide you.
Hey, Gavin, I'm going to do the same thing, going for the other leg this time.
All right. Make another attack roll.
Ooh, even better. 27.
Oh!
Dang.
Go ahead and roll
There
that
you go.
damage.
All right. 7 damage on this one.
All right. And as she takes both hits, she staggers back and kind of nods in approval.
But wait, there's more, Gavin. I'm action surging. Okay.
Oh.
As she nods, you're like
Yeah.
right there already.
yeah, you get two more attacks if you want to take the
Wow.
attack option.
Oh my gosh. All right, so I'm gonna try to go for her arm again. I'm going
Okay.
straight cleaver again. Oh, yes, 26.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
Dude.
roll that damage.
This makes up for all the ones.
Yeah, no joke. Where was this in the
Yeah, it's like-
beginning? Okay.
It's like a switch just flipped. This is crazy.
Okay, Gavin got 12 damage on that one.
Well, nice, awesome.
Dude.
Yeah, you go right for the arm. She goes to parry it, she goes to parry it with her great sword, but you manage to just grind the cleaver down the side of it, push it aside, and then get that slash off as she stumbles back.
I love it. Okay, and now Gavin, is there any other? So I just have the vacuum attack currently, right? There's no other strictly Skydancer abilities.
You have all 3.
Depending on your type, right?
No, the other 2 are passive abilities, and one of the 3 abilities is the expendable resource for things like vacuum attack.
Gotcha.
So as of right now, the only thing you can like actively do on a turn is vacuum attack. You get your next one at level 7.
Okay, I just want to make sure I wasn't being too vanilla with my
Yeah.
attacks. Okay, I'll also try vacuum attack again.
All right. Dex save on her part.
Yeah, get rid of all that bad luck.
Right.
Rub it off on her.
That is only a 12.
Ooh.
Let's go.
Now with
You were like
that,
psyching her out.
with that, she is going to use her 7th level Skydancer feature,
Oh,
Evasive
Sneak peek.
Gust. As you see, as the that concentrated burst of wind is coming at her, you see the wind kind of envelop around her body and almost launch her 15 feet away, out of range of your 10-foot cone.
Wow.
Dang. Guess I rolled max damage on that. Of course. Of course.
Oh.
And so she avoids the damage by getting out of range. So, little sneak preview for you, Dante.
Yes.
This ability,
I love it.
7th level. You can call upon the air around you to launch you out of harm's way. Starting when you reach level 7 in this class, whenever you are forced to make a dexterity saving throw, you can expend 1 gale wind to use your reaction to move up to 15 feet to leave the area of effect. When you use this ability and successfully leave the area of effect, you would take half damage when you would have normally taken full on a failed save, or no damage when you would have taken half on a successful save.
Wow.
So she takes half damage of what you rolled.
Okay, so yeah, she'll just take 4 damage then. I rolled an 8. That.
All right. And then if
Okay,
you are
Gavin, now do it.
Yeah, if you are unable to leave the area of effect within 15 feet of movement, then you can still move, but you will still be subject to the effect that force a dexterity saving throw as normal. Yeah. Little bit of a sneak preview for you.
And then Gavin, I
Maybe-
guess with her being 15 feet away, I will just use my
Close
rest
the
of my
gap?
movement. Yeah, I just
Close
want to
that
get in her
gap?
face. Yep.
All right.
And then I'll finish it off.
As you close that gap, she is going to vacuum attack you again, so I need a dex save.
22.
Yeah.
Definitely
Nice.
succeeds, so that's half damage. So you take 3 thunder damage
Okay.
as she brings that blade down vertically. and then she's gonna bring it back up for another slash as a normal attack.
Okay.
And that is only a 12 to hit.
Thank goodness.
So she is going to
You
action
transferred
surge
all
and
that.
do 2 more attacks.
You transferred all that bad luck.
That is
onto
a
her.
natural
Well
20.
done.
No!
Oh, here we go.
Oh, Amelia like wants to help. She's like, I can't.
Ardavon's loving this.
Yeah.
So that is
Wayne is not taking notes. He is too enthralled.
That is 17 slashing damage to you.
I'm down. Okay.
No, you are not. You're a half orc.
Oh yes.
So
Yeah!
It's me.
as she hits you, your relentless
Brother!
endurance kicks in. She's got
Yes.
1 more attack. Natural 1.
You're up.
And so she's expecting you to go down, and when she goes to the other slash, she hesitates for a bit, which causes her to stumble past you. Just barely.
Oof.
Alright. Okay. What are you doing, Dante? It is your
All right,
turn.
Kevin. I'm using a health potion because I'm not going down with the fight.
Remember, fighters have second wind that you can do as a bonus action.
I completely forgot. Yes, please.
Whoa.
Yes, thank you.
Yep, it's a D10, I think.
I think it's actually D12.
Is it a D12? Well, I thought it was just a 10. But...
I think.
Actually, I think Nikki's correct. So,
because it's 1 hit dice, I think.
yeah.
No.
Sorry, guys, my computer froze. So 1d10 plus a d5. No, plus 5. Sorry.
Plus, that's what it is. Plus your fighter level.
Oh.
That's where it comes in. Yeah.
Mhm.
1d10 plus
Okay.
5.
Okay, let me do that real quick. All right. 7 plus 5, so 12. Okay.
Oh.
Very
nice.
good.
Nice.
Okay, and that's your bonus action, so you still have your action.
Really? Ooh, I like
Yeah.
that.
So 2 hits.
Action and a second attack.
Yep.
Beautiful. Actually, maybe one more. Okay, Gavin, I'm taking out my cleaver. I'm going for the leg because that's the only thing that's working out for me, I guess.
Tripper.
22.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that damage.
Oh, faithful. All right,
Yes.
11.
Woo!
Oh.
These are good hits.
All right. You got 1 more attack?
Okay, I'm going for the head as a knockout, not going
Yeah.
for the kill shot. Okay. 17.
17 just hits.
Yeah!
Ooh.
Woo!
12 damage.
So as you're
Holy
going,
crap.
Oh.
so as you're
Wow.
going, you go and she stumbles past you because she thought you were gonna go down until you pick yourself back up, and she's going in for that final hit. And then she stumbles past as you move out of the way, and you hit her right in the shin as she starts to trip. And as she's going down, you take your cleaver, turn it around to the blunt end, and just do 1 solid
Oh.
whack to the back of her head.
Oh.
She
Awesome.
had 12 hit points left
Wow.
as she goes down.
Oh
Boom.
my
No
gosh.
way!
As she hits the ground.
Where are my signs, guys? Yeah. Let's go.
I knew you could do it.
Yeah, me
Poacher,
too.
start poking here with the cleaver.
Uh,
Selena,
after,
you don't have to fake it. It's okay.
after a little bit, during that whole fight, the workers and stuff, they were giving out cheers and things like that. And you notice once she goes down, you see you see one guy among about the dozen or so workers. I knew it! Pay up, you idiots! Yeah! Yeah!
As
everyone is
Arnavon hands over
begrudgingly-
some gold.
Yeah, and one guy's like, yeah! And one guy is so excited.
Oh my gosh.
That's amazing.
It's great and all, but
and yeah, so she kind of comes to and she's just like, did you have to keep smacking my shins?
A little ankle biter.
Sorry, Celine, it's the only thing that was working for you.
And she kind of goes, and she doesn't stand up. She gets up and just sits down on the ground. Just like,
And I'll be right by her side.
yeah. She's like, well, you definitely are pretty good at unlearning muscle memory. That was a bit of a 180, especially from last time.
Selena, thanks for your encouraging words. And I'll try to help her up.
Yeah, she'll clasp that kind of forearm clasp.
Yep.
Pull herself up. Oh, well, that's one errand off my list. But it seems you actually don't need as much help as I thought. Maybe just a bit of a push.
He gets better every day. He's so awesome.
Start blushing a little bit.
Well, that's one thing I needed to discuss to you, but there was another thing I needed to relay to you.
Sure, Selena, what's up?
Grandmaster Hawks has received word from Calum, and it seems that you have impressed her with recent events, and judging by that story you told me, bloody mind flayer, that's something. What you have to understand is we pride ourselves on our martial prowess. And, well, you've impressed our patrons, so I've come to extend an invitation that the temple proper is now open to you. Not just the courtyards.
Okay. And what does this invitation entail then exactly? Can I ask?
Lodging, access to more of our experienced instructors, and with something like that, there is also a bit of a responsibility, as you may be a candidate for a summons to enact certain tasks for the Sky Dancers. They're usually very rare, and I mean, given your track record so far, if it's something that you need to be summoned for, the chances are you'll already find yourself in the trouble that needs dealing with anyway. But that is a possibility.
Selena, is there any way I can get partial access to my friends over here as well? I mean, they're always down for an adventure.
They will be permitted into the courtyard, but not into the inner sanctum, unless Grandmaster Hawks or Calum herself specifically permits it.
Okay.
But not to worry, if you do make your way up to the temple, Calum likes to whip around the courtyard, sometimes starting fights, but it's kind of what she is.
And Selena, is there any urgency of me heading over to the temple, or is this just, hey, open invitation whenever?
No, this is open invitation. There's no timetable.
Okay.
There's no urgency. But you have progressed enough within your. It's similar to. It's similar to those that study the way of the open hand down in Ashwindale. It's almost like you you've gotten your next belt, signifying, you know, a rank up, so to speak. You've went from you've went up to not quite black belt, I'd say, but similar.
I'll take the gesture. I appreciate it.
But a mind flayer, you've been busy.
We're unlucky. We don't know. It's one of those.
Well, aren't you going
Selena-
to introduce me?
Yes. And yeah, I see Artavan just leaving, and let me introduce you to one of my great friends, Artavan. Okay.
Hi.
Extrovert pulling introvert into unwanted social interaction.
Big friend of your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Oh, is that what he's telling you? And she looks at
Yeah.
Dante.
I turn all red, you know.
Yes, you're apparently his lady of the night.
Lady of the night. Oh, how kind of you.
I'll give her a little wink, you know.
Invitation
Cosmo.
rescinded. That's good.
Yeah.
She's just gonna shake her head and chuckle a little bit.
Hello, I'm Cosmo.
But yes, I'll introduce everyone. Tell them their quick little stories, so we're all on the same page.
Mhm.
Well,
I actually live not too far from the Skydancer Temple. I've never made the trip up there myself, but I don't live very far from it.
yeah, the trip up to the temple is, you know, a bit of a test in of itself. Can't just have anybody walking up to our doors.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm from the vault. I'm not too far away.
Oh, yeah, I've flown over there a little bit, but I mean, haven't been allowed access, and I don't want to intrude to deal with whatever's down there, security and whatnot. But
Oh, they're all nice.
I'm sure they are, unless you come in uninvited. I mean, that's kind of same as we are. If some strange person we didn't recognize fell from the sky wielding weapons and armor, I'd be pretty suspicious of them too.
Yeah, I'd probably shoot them.
Exactly.
Damn.
But I have heard of you not before. You guys have been making quite the stirs around here. Paragon seems saviors of Thundwald, it sounds like.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
seems you were the,
It's a house?
I went through there not 2 weeks ago, and it seems you guys are the talk of the town there. You even have your name over the sign of an inn. Yeah,
Oh,
sponsored
wow.
by
He does
the
work. He
Paragon,
really
the
does
chocolate
work.
mug.
Oh, you've noticed.
They have the best
Wow.
chocolate muffins ever.
And I always try to see how I can learn more and do different things. Is there anything that we can do to help Dante?
I
with
was
his
wondering the
training?
same thing, actually. Yeah, we do have some time at night sometimes that we all help each other with stuff, and so I was wondering if, yeah, what would you recommend for training?
Honestly, the one danger of being a sky dancer is having something help you carry your burdens. It is easy. Some people become complacent and start thinking it gets easy, and they stagnate. And in some cases, they'll lose favor with Calum and lose their ability to manipulate the wind altogether. So it is important that you're going to be doing a lot of endurance training, so to speak. Because you're... Look at it this way. If half of your burden is being carried, you need to now train for twice as long. You need to start pushing your body to the to its absolute limits of how long you can keep going. And you also need to, and she kind of looks you up and down, pokes you in the belly, lose some of that.
I'll nod. Yeah.
And I'm not saying that quite as a joke, but you need to be, in order to take full advantage of what's going on, you need to be as flexible as the wind around you. If you noticed, my fighting style, I incorporate a lot of my entire body weight into my swings. Rather than just swinging with my arms, I sort of roll into the attack. Let my momentum carry me. If you can get to the point where you can achieve flight, that is going to be doubly so in the air because you'll lose that leverage that the ground has, that the ground gives you. And so you'll need to learn how to build momentum with your entire body. And it helps, and she kind of gestures to Artavan and Cosmo, helps that you'll have what look to me as metaphorical 2 brick walls to help you with that.
Little fist pump.
And you know, if you have different fighting styles, it can definitely help to, variety means you learn different strategies of how to bypass certain fighting styles, but the main thing of dealing with the wind is you might not be able to hit as hard, but the main thing is you won't be forced to stop hitting, for lack of a better term. It's all about momentum rather than brute raw strength. Momentum and persistence. And if you end up sparring with any of these other folks, I mean, can't help hurting, dodge practice, but honestly, I'd say more physical practice is going to be your best bet for now.
And you are nice enough to allow us access into your temple. If you ever want to go visit my home, just tell him Wayne sent you.
Well, despite, quite literally working out of a temple, I'm not the most religious. I don't think your god would, be too fond of me. I'm a bit blasphemous, to put it kindly.
It's great. He likes everybody.
There's one thing I know about the gods, is I know for a fact that that isn't true.
What?
What?
But, other than stopping by to deliver that message, I did think you can use a bit more of a little warm-up. It's almost like Caleb herself has been a little on edge lately. It's almost like there's something coming, but I mean, she says apparently her cousins are acting up. Until like last week, I didn't know she had cousins, so it's got to mean something, right? But I think you'll be just fine. But next time I won't go so easy on you. I won't, let you win next time.
I'll hold you to it.
So are you hungry, or should we go out to eat?
I'm going to be heading out at first light. Got quite a trip to make, going all the way up to Nara Len. But till then,
feel like I've got a bit of a headache at the moment. So I'm gonna go to a bar. I could use some whiskey. Feel free to join me. If not, it has been a pleasure. And, well, I'll see you when I see you. And she starts walking off back to the town. And as she's walking off, before she rounds the corner, you see her kind of going like, and like rolling her shoulder.
She totally didn't let you win. You
No, well, that's the thing. I'm gonna go up to her as she's like, we're splitting off. Finally, I'm like, hey, thanks for letting me win in front of my friends. And then I'll walk off handsomely with like a little like booty walk, you know, just like.
Yes! The sachet!
Make a charisma check for me.
The saunter!
All right. Where are we at?
Just straight charisma.
I'm blind as a bat.
At the top.
Yeah, it's just
Oh,
gonna be
there.
a-
Oh,
yeah.
straight up. That's why. 7.
Aww.
She goes, and when she does that, you hear she gives a full-on belly laugh as she starts walking.
Yeah.
Why is Dante walking like that?
I don't know. I think he
doing?
needs some
Okay.
healing. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level.
Why is he squeezing his buttocks as he walks?
Is
Alright,
it
there's
making you
13
watch?
healing for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Can't help
Thank
it.
you.
I think that's the point. He wants you to watch.
Yeah.
I think he needs some more.
And as you're
See,
going,
that's Susan.
the workers have kind of just dispersed. The workers kind of just dispersed. Except for the one guy that apparently bet for you. This this half elven man, very scruffy. He's got dark circles under his eyes, kind of leathery, wrinkly face, and he runs up to you. He's just like, "Oh, I bloody knew it! I knew that you were gonna win. None of the others believed me on account of what she did to Terry, but I knew that you were gonna win."
I was gonna fist bump. Thanks for believing in me. Yeah, that's awesome. And I'll catch up to my crew. You know, arms up on everybody. Hey, you know, thanks for supporting me, type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
of
did
course.
fantastic, Dante. That was
Yeah.
very, very good.
Our
That was awesome. I forgot to take
Our
notes.
stream is crashing again.
Oh
Is it?
no!
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my Zoom keeps.
So-
Just pause.
Yeah, my Zoom keeps giving me a thing of. Your connection is unstable.
Oh.
So it's our internet, Andrew.
Interesting. Let's all
Maybe it
harvest
just needs a bit of
ventriloquism.
therapy.
We're still up right now.
Just a little bit of therapy for the.
It's just frozen.
Yeah.
Oh, no, for me.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
looks good.
Yeah, I'm hearing our converation right now.
Mhm.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah, so that means it's straight up our internet.
Erica, stop pretending you're frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Erica.
That's why
I'm like,
I was a
"Oh,
little
Erica."
confused. I'm like, oh wait, Erica isn't moving.
What's
As long-
wrong
as
with
long
me?
as we're
What's
good.
wrong with you?
Mine's frozen.
Yeah, I'm not seeing
Oh.
anything come up.
Wow, I win, I guess.
Sean, mine's the
Right.
same as yours. I see it.
No!
Oh.
Working
Yeah,
just fine.
it says I have zero viewers. Oh, it went back up to 14.
Oh wow!
Oh, I'm good now. I had to reset.
Yeah,
it is-
There we go.
It is wigging out.
There
Yeah,
we
we gotta
go.
take a look at our internet connection in a bit, Andrew. Once we
Yeah.
finish tonight. But either way, so to recap, just in case I didn't capture it. So half elven man, leathery face, scruffy beard, one of the workers is wearing like kind of like the flat cap and a work jumpsuit, and he comes up and he's like, I knew it. I bloody knew it. They didn't believe that you could win on account of what she did to Terry. But oh, like I knew it. So thank you. You earned me like 5 gold today, mate. Like, oh.
Okay, I'll sign your
Not
chest.
bad.
Okay, get over here. You know.
Yeah. He like does it, and it's just hair and soot.
You know, you can keep this. Okay, you can keep this pen.
Just braid your signature into his hair.
Yeah.
So, did we want to take Selena up on her offer and join her for drinks, or would we rather just go to bed?
I'd like to hear some of her stories, but either way.
Which one was whiskey again? I want to try it.
Oh no!
All right.
I will probably be the only sober one.
So there's a decent amount of bars within the town. However, the ones that you see that get the most traffic, there's 3 that catch your eye. The Clifftown Tap, the Leaky Pipe, and the Foamy Barrel. She did not tell you which one.
Why don't you ask people she works with who work here where she normally would go, Dante?
Yeah, Terry. Which one do you think she would go to?
I mean, I don't know. Probably the roughest, given an account. Like, Terry hit on her, and she completely like threw him over her shoulder, and so it was like, so she's probably, I would say, like a place where there might be a brawl, which is most likely going to be the Foaming Barrel. I mean, it's a fine establishment, don't get me wrong, but it's also got a bit of a reputation for hard drinks and harder patrons, so.
Sounds like our type of place. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, don't mind me. I'm gonna head on over to the take-home liquor store myself with my new haul. Fancy meeting you. Thank you again. Bloody good show, mate. Yeah.
Hey, appreciate it.
And he goes and he kind of he's a little hunched over and he kind of like happily prances off a little bit. If he could, he might have done a heel click.
All right, guys. Well, she might be at that bar then. Do you want to head to that one, or do you want to head to a different tavern?
We can go
Let's go
into
to that one.
whichever one. Yeah.
Okay.
And if she's not, we'll just keep looking.
It's only 3.
We would still keep looking after the first one. I mean,
Town's not that big.
Are any of you really good at following footprints? This could be good practice.
Look right over to Artavan.
I mean, I could
Is that-
try. I could try and investigate and see if I
Another
can.
try. Yeah.
Yeah, let me try. Let me try and see if I can follow footprints. That would be so weird. Can I do an investigation check to see if I can figure out where she's going?
You certainly can.
Yay! Whoop. I got a 15.
So you follow her footsteps around the corner, and they're pretty easy to see, but then they stop, and you see what looks to be almost like a mini crater that's like a couple millimeters deep
what?
in the dirt, where it
I
looks like a
just
gust of
remembered.
wind.
She can fly. She probably flew. Well, onward. Let us go.
All right.
That's funny.
We did well to track her there. Good experience.
Yeah.
Alright. And which one are you going to?
The foaming
Foaming
barrel.
barrel.
All right. So, as you walk over. There you do hear the sounds of talking and drinks clattering on the inside. Talking, drinks clattering on the inside. And as you go in, just the smell of alcohol kind of burns your nose a little bit. Smell of alcohol and very heavily seasoned jerkies.
Oh.
And at the bar, you see this at first you might mistake him for a Goliath, but after doing a double take, you realize he's just a really big human. Where he's got kind of a flat cap on and a brown mustache that kind of goes almost like the Hulk Hogan mustache that goes down to the side to his chin and then stops. And you see him, and he's cleaning out a mug, and sitting at the bar in front of him, kind of hunched over, with a big mug. You see this. You see a figure standing there, and you see his fur, and his fur is dyed in all these geometric shapes all over his body, similar to tattoos. And as he goes, you see he takes a big old swig, slams it down, looks over at the newcomers in there, and then you see his eyes widen. Just hear him. Well, shit. Cosmo? And that's where we're going to end it.
Oh,
What?
like Cosmo's type of man, but I guess they already know each other.
So, an
Everyone's
old
significant
tabaxi.
other is here.
Whoa. Okay.
Well, all right then.
So, thank you all so much for watching. Thanks for bearing with us with our weird technical difficulties. We'll definitely look into that, looking to getting that fixed. Luckily, when it full on crashed, it was right when we went on break, so I don't think we really lost anything. It's just going to be a bit of a pain to upload it to YouTube afterward, because we're going to have to edit all the little bits together.
Oh, it'll be easy. I can do it.
No, that's right. Yeah, your computer doesn't take 50 years to export something.
Nope.
Yeah, we're doing it on your computer. I need to upgrade my computer. But thank you all so much for watching. Thanks once again to We Geek Together for sponsoring this stream. And make sure to check us out on Patreon, and also check us out on our website, where you can find all our cool merch, including shirts and stuff with some of the artwork you're seeing right below me, made by our lovely Erica here. And then be sure to keep an eye on Twitch for both me and Andrew. We stream relatively frequently. We're getting better at being more consistent with it. And say hello to Jeremy's adorable little kitten.
Ow! Willow!
You're
Yay! We don't need the sound
Yep,
to see
you
the
don't.
Good.
Yep, there she is.
Right.
Her beautiful,
Adorable.
beautiful little face. Hi, sweet pea.
No longer with the
We're
tone.
curious.
Yep.
Her cone of shame has been removed.
But yeah, so that is going to be all from us. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you all in about 2 weeks. Take care, and bye-bye.